people are looking at today. If you start to look at politics in the next 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, 500 years, you will see that NIP is about the only party that is ready for the future. We are digital. We are so digital. Some of our colleagues find it annoying, but that's what it has to be, because the future is a very digital future. And NIP has keyed into that future. And what we are saying is every Nigerian who wants to be a part of the future of politics in Nigeria, the only place to go is to NIP. And that's why I am definitely there at NIP. So all our structures are firstly digital, and then we implement what we have done in the digital space on the ground. And it's so much easier. We have all the 8,817 words on our platform. So when you join NIP, you are dropped in your own ward, you are dropped in your local government area, you are dropped in your state, and then you are also part of the national structure. So if you want to start politics, even if you're abroad, you can already start at NIP, because you can already start working with the people who are members of the party in your ward without even leaving your house in London or UK or Ghana, or you could be working with people in Sokoto while you live in Zamfara or in Lagos. So it's not about your physical location, it's about your passion and your interest in our country and your ability to give to the country. So those of us who really want to help Nigeria, the political platform to do that through is definitely NIP. Particularly our younger Nigerians, our women who feel like nobody gives them opportunity. NIP is saying you have the opportunity. Young Nigerians who think, oh, we are too young, we have so many good ideas, but nobody will give us opportunities. NIP is saying we will give you the opportunity. All you have to be is a good person. You do not pay nomination fees at NIP. We give you the forms free, and we only give it to you because we believe you are a good person and you are going to give Nigeria good leadership. We do not practice the highest bidder takes the reign, and we do not encourage people who only have big pockets to offer Nigeria to come through us. We try to pick people who are really, really interested in service, who are really, really interested in helping everybody, who are really, really interested in building a Nigeria that works for all of us. We all know the problems of Nigeria. I can't even, in fact, what do we not know? Lack of basic amenities, lack of opportunities, lack of electricity, poor education systems, poor infrastructure, at all levels in the country. We all know the problems of Nigeria. Insecurity, poverty, hopelessness. We do know the problems of Nigeria. And guess what? We all know the solutions. If I pick 10 of us here, right now, all 10 of us will give us marvelous blueprints to the solutions to the problems of Nigeria. Right now, worst case scenario, 24 hours, they think about it, and they'll be able to give you step-by-step analysis of all the things we can do to move this country forward. There may be 10 different analyses, 10 different blueprints, but there will be great analysis. Genius, maybe. But it's not in the ability to break down manifestos, to show our people what we can do, to give blueprints. Our leaders before us were giving us blueprints, great blueprints for that. I read the entire manifestos of all the political parties before we registered NIP. Some of them were amazing. And then you ask yourself, if the people before us had these plans, we all follow political parties. They come out, they give us manifestos, and they have great, great manifestos. But then when they get into power, we do not see any of those. We do not see any of those manifestos manifesting. All we see is misery, pain, more problems, more hunger, more pains. Why? I have asked myself that question. And the only reason I find, to my mind, the true reason we are not moving forward in Nigeria is called vested interests. It's not like we have not had great leaders. It's not like we do not have people that can help the not so great leaders. It's just that we are too busy settling vested interests. So even when the best of us comes to the fore, the vested interest syndrome takes over, and then we are not able to perform for our country. We start to settle people. We start to use our lives to sort scores. We start to get into all kinds of unbelievable activities just because we want to stay relevant. That is the problem of Nigeria. We all have great manifestos, genius manifestos. I'm sure all the presidential aspirants today, they'll give you great manifestos and extremely technical way out of the problems of Nigeria. But guess what? We are getting nowhere with all our manifestos except we decide to fight vested interest in Nigeria. That's the only way we can take our country forward. We must all consciously make a decision to fight for the interests of every Nigerian, not just for the interests of a particular few or those ones who give us funding for whatever businesses we are doing, or our tribes or our ethnic groups. We have to together fight for all of us, including all those ones that are seemingly bad, to stand still anymore. We need to move forward. And I'm saying I am ready to take us forward. My administration will not focus only on the interests of any person, any tribe, any religion, any ethnic group. Everybody's interest will be represented. There is nobody's interest who is more superior to anybody's interest. National Interest Party, which is the party I am running under, has made it compulsory that all the leaders that come through us represent everybody's interests. And that's what I am promising to do. I will bring to Nigeria a transparent government, because transparency, accountability, those are the key factors, key issues that we need to bring to this country to start to see development. We need to have people who are ready to show us what we are, who we are, what we have, what we can have. Allow us to develop our country, open up the system so that the best of us can come to the front and then help the rest of us to move even further. We should have a country where every Nigerian is able to just go online and look at how much money the country is making and how the country is spending it at all levels, whether it is at the world level or at the local government level or at the state level or at the national level. We should be able to follow all our resources. Everyday Nigerians who are interested should be able to know exactly what we are earning and exactly what we are spending, where we are spending it, which people we are giving contracts to, how they are delivering on those contracts, and whether or not they are delivering on the level we are paying them to do. These are the kind of things my government will bring to this country. Transparency, accountability, focus, equality, justice. And it's so easy to do because the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the most powerful person in this country, and she is able to give power to those who can use power to do good for all of us. And that's why I need to be in that position, so that we can put the right people in charge of our affairs. Great indeed. I have been around. I have been to so many countries, so many cities. I have seen so many religions. I have seen so many different cultures. People are diverse, so diverse. I've been to countries where there are hundreds more diversity than we have in Nigeria, but they are working because the people who are in charge of the affairs of those countries are doing things the way they need to be done. And that's what we need in Nigeria. We need people who will do things the way they need to be done. We need good Nigerians to be in front of us, to lead us. Nigerians make impact wherever they are in the world. We are great people. We are good people. Nigerians are some of the best people on earth. We work hard. We help one another. I was a little girl, but I knew my mom needed the help and I gave it. I gave it with all my heart. And my brothers and sisters, they did too. I have friends. They work so hard wherever they are in the world. Why are they working so hard? They need to take care of mom and dad, brothers and sisters, friends, family. Nigerians are great people. We are fearless in our endeavors. We ignore ourselves in most situations just so we can help others. We sacrifice. The everyday Nigerian just wants the basic, and he will be happy and he's ready to work. We are not lazy. Definitely the youths are not lazy. Most of the things you see that we are doing at NIP is done by these people, young Nigerians, 20s, 18s, 21, 28. Most of us are under 40. But we work night and day to help save this country. And we're doing it all without pay. We don't really worry about what we are going to eat tomorrow. We just manage because we love this country. We love all of you, and we want to help make this country a great place to be. Nigerians are givers. I am a proud Nigerian. I am so proud to be Nigerian. Everywhere I go, I make it clear to them, I am Nigerian and I am a very proud Nigerian. Despite all the wickedness we see, despite all the pains that our leaders deliberately impose on us, we manage to be good. So imagine how we will be if we had a working system. Just imagine what Nigeria would be like if our government would truly do things the way they should be done. The sky won't even be the starting point, talk less of being the limit. And I'm saying to us, I can't help us to create this country that we only dream of, to help this vision of Nigeria that is working for all of us to come to be, to help the everyday Nigerian to be the most they can be, to reach their maximum capacity. It's really easy. All it takes is giving the right policies, giving the right enabling environment for everybody to do the most they can with themselves and thrive. The private sector, the public sector, businesses, students, everybody can do well in this country if only we can vote the right government into power. That's all we need to do, and this country will move forward. I will take us away from evil. I will not let us have people who would not think about us first in power. I'm not saying that we won't have people who are bad in power. All I'm saying is they will not have the opportunity to do worse than they have done in the past. My government will not be a government of saints. We don't know how people are. We don't know what anybody will do with power. But we know that if you put the right systems together and you put the right kind of leaders in charge, things would work. Before Buhari announced his cabinet, the 6 months before he announced his cabinet, that was the best 6 months in civil service in Nigeria. I experienced it one-on-one. Everybody got to work before 8 o'clock. I'd never seen that in any ministry in Nigeria before those 6 months. Everybody. Directors were at their tables. You come into an office, you expect to sit for 3-4 hours, 10 minutes you're done. And then I had to ask, what's going on? They say, this one, that government has changed. We don't know what kind of people will take over under this new administration. And then guess what? 6 months later, when the administration was now settled and the new guys who were going to lead the government were selected, everything went back to business as usual. Why? Because those were not the kind of people they expected. Those were the usual people, and the usual people do things the usual way. In my government, there won't be the usual people. And even if the usual people are there, they won't do things the usual way. But we all need that. We need people who are happy to do the right things for us in government. And it will be my place to help select such people and bring them with me to help lead us. And those people are with you. They are you, all of you here. You just have to have the confidence to stand up and say, I am ready to serve. I am ready to serve. I definitely am. I am a mother to so many children, so many, not just the ones that I gave birth to biologically, but many. I am directly responsible for many, and I am indirectly responsible for so much more. And it scares me that I may be living in a country worse than what we have now if I do not do anything about the situation at hand. Sometimes I think that I might leave for my children and the ones after them a worse future than the future that some of us have experienced coming from where we are coming from as children. And I don't want to do that. But each time I think about all the things I could do, but sometimes when I think about those things, I feel fear. I feel so afraid. I feel afraid of the unknown. I do not know if they will laugh at me, they will ridicule me. I do not know if they will look at me like one foolish woman who does not have better things to do with her life. No. Thank you. No. I do not know if I can handle the pains of stepping out. I do not know if I can handle the embarrassment that some people might decide to make my portion. I do feel those fears. And for a long time, that fear was real. It was so real, I was happy to just keep quiet, stay in my corner, mind my business, and only talk when I feel nobody can hurt me, or not talk at all. The fear was real. Together, we can save this country. Nobody's coming to do it for us. We have to do it ourselves. And we can't do it by being afraid, by keeping quiet, by minding our businesses. We won't do it if we do not step out. We must step out to save this country. Together, we can do this. Together, we can save today and build a better future for our children. Together, we can crumble all the difficulties, all the vested interest that is keeping our country behind, and move our national interests to the fore, so that all of us can achieve the utmost that we are able to achieve as people, as individuals, as communities, as states, and as a country. Today, I officially offer myself to run for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I ask you all to please give me your shoulders to ride on. I can't do it alone. On my own, OIO. But with you all, it is doable. I believe all it takes is faith and hard, sensible, efficient work. Working hard is one thing, working efficiently is another, but thank God I know how to do both. I'm asking you all, fellow Nigerians, give me your shoulders, give me your wings, let me fly on your wings, let me ride on you, let me get us out of trouble in this country, because I can do it. I can love this country, I can take care of this country, I can look with empathy at the problems facing all of us in our different sectors, in our different areas. I can, and I am ready for us. Please join me, Nigerians, so that we can together build a Nigeria that works for all of us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.